Hey guys, welcome back to We Watched the Movie. I am Mike, and these are 10 movies you did not know were coming out in the year of our Dark Lord, 2022. Now, some of them you may have known. If you knew them all, then fuck me, right? I mean, fuck me in the face. You're my kind of lover. I mean, friend. We can do some on-topic clothes stuff. Would you settle for a PG-13 relationship? What I did was I scoured IMDb for hours, pretending it was work, reading movie descriptions, looking at who directed these movies, who's in these movies, and found a bunch of movies that at least I didn't know about, so I thought maybe you didn't either. So let's fucking find out, and if I'm wrong, you can smack me in the ass and call me Susan. Maybe you should anyways. So movie number 1 on our list, and these are in no particular order whatsoever, they are not ranked, is Muti, or Muti, or whale's vagina. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's M-U-T-I. It's a thriller movie starring Morgan Freeman and Rip from Yellowstone. If you're a Yellowstone fan, that gets you jacked to the tits. Cole Hauser is amazing in that show as Rip. He's been in a bunch of shit apparently. I've just never noticed him before. Now I've noticed him. Now I'm kind of having a hard time not looking at you, Cole. And also, by the way, Peter Stormare's in this movie, who's, you know, fucking in everything. Cole Hauser, who is a detective who's struggling with the death of his daughter and hunting a serial killer who performs the tribal ritual of Muti, which apparently has something to do with the body parts of the murdered and mutilated in the practice of witchcraft. Cole Hauser's searching for his daughter, and then he seeks out African studies smart guy Morgan Freeman to help him, and my fucking 7 senses are tingling. You know, a thriller, Morgan Freeman, Cole Hauser, teaming up to solve weird witchcraft murders. Not the exact same thing, but it's close to goddamn enough. The only question I have about Muti or Muti, other than how to fucking say it, it's been purchased by Redbox Entertainment. I don't know if that for sure means that it will go straight to the Redbox, which will render it about as useful as every Vanilla Ice song that wasn't Ice Ice Baby. I hope it's not going directly there, because that'll mean it'll be gone and forgotten. Hopefully it'll at least be on VOD. I don't fucking know, but it sounds pretty goddamn good to me. It sounds like one of those movies that could just scoot under the radar, but be a pretty badass thriller movie. And if you Wikipedia Muti or Muti, it's some scary shit. So that could be a freaky cool thriller starring Morgan Freeman and Cole Hauser. Muti is our number 1 movie. Thus, I lied to your fucking mouth. We do have a superhero movie in here, but it's not the kind you'd expect. It is Sylvester Stallone's Samaritan. This one's supposed to come out on August 26th. It was slated to come out last year, but then no trailer came out, and then nobody actually said it was delayed. It just fucking, when you looked it up one day, it's like, hey, fucking August 26th. It's inspired by the movies Unbreakable and Finding Forrester. And it's about, the synopsis actually reads, a young boy learns that a superhero who was thought to have gone missing after an epic battle 20 years ago may in fact still be around. If you look at the stills from the movie, it looks like a dark film. Sylvester Stallone looks like a broken down character. The vibe I get from this movie is that at its best, it could be like Sylvester Stallone's superhero version of The Wrestler. You know, this guy who used to be a superhero if the world knew superheroes were there, but now he's just a broken down old man and he thought to be left for dead. And he befriends this boy. So who knows how that story could go right there or whatever. But like I said, at its best, it could be that. And the reason I think it could be that is because Sylvester Stallone's acting ability is so fucking underrated. Now I know he's got his silly movies and stuff like that out there, but if you really look at his acting performance in the Rocky movies, every single Rocky movie I know everybody's seen Rocky, maybe Rocky 2, but he's got great moments in Rocky 3 too. He's got amazing acting moments in Rocky 4 and Rocky Balboa. Rocky 5, let's not talk about that little guy. But there's been Copland. Sylvester Stallone's acting ability is so underrated, dramatic acting ability. So this could be a role that he could really, really fucking swing for the fences and nail if it's done right. Sylvester Stallone's best roles have always been underdogs. Where Arnold Schwarzenegger is this huge, larger-than-life Terminator character, Stallone's always been very good at being the underdog. And Rocky and Rambo is one man against everybody. That's kind of his thing. That's what he does. Number 3, we go back to horror. Back to the Stephen King. Yes, another fucking, I'm so sorry for doing that. Another Stephen King adaptation from his book, If It Bleeds, a collection of short stories. We have Mr. Harrigan's Phone. Now, Stephen King has more movies out right now than goddamn Marvel. Don't fact check me on that, because I can't back it up. But I do wonder if it would be close, and I did not do the research in case you're wondering. Netflix has been yet another resource for his works of the night to turn a coin on the streets of streaming. Did I just call Stephen King a whore? Next on Stephen King's Lady of the Night, starring Stephen King as the Lady of the Night. Put aside the picture in your head of Stephen King in a thong and high heels for a second, and let me tell you about this movie. The plot sounds really cool. I haven't read the short story, but the synopsis is when Mr. Harrigan, played by Donald Sutherland, who's fucking amazing as an actor, dies, the teen who befriended him and did odd jobs for him, played by Jaden Martell, who's Bill from the It remake, the child version of him, puts his smartphone in his pocket before burial, and when the lonely youth leaves his dead friend a message, he is shocked to get a return text. He never expected the dead to text back. But the movie, yeah, it's yet another movie going to Netflix, and it's going to be produced by Blumhouse Television and AHS dude Ryan Murphy. John Lee Hancock directed last year's The Little Things, and fun fact, many years ago, back in 1993, he wrote the movie A Perfect World starring Kevin Costner and Clint Eastwood. If you haven't seen that movie, it's fucking amazing. You should get on that shit. A Perfect World, you heard it here first. One movie you didn't, you got a bonus. I call it, that's a freebie. You got a movie from 1993 to go check out now, will you? Probably not. Nobody fucking listens to me anymore. All right, number 4 on our list. We're almost halfway there, Jim. Take off your pants. This is a movie called Panama, starring Mel fucking Gibson, directed by Mark Neveldine, who directed Crank, Jason Statham's most badass movie, and again starring Rip from Yellowstone, Cole Hauser. Now, what this movie is about, according to The Hollywood Reporter, is it features Gibson as Stark, a former commander who sends James Becker, a rugged and decorated ex-Marine, that's Cole Hauser's character, undercover to execute a high-value deal with untrustworthy adversaries. While navigating the chaos of the local civil war, Becker must fight assassins, court femme fatales, and negotiate with the enemy in order to complete his mission. With Stark always by his side, Becker perseveres against all odds in hoping of making home alive. You never know what kind of value you're going to get built around Mel Gibson at this stage in his career. Despite how you might feel, the man can still act, and he's one of the greatest actors of all time. Again, despite how you feel. That's just big facts. There's obviously a reason why he's doing smaller films now, and sometimes it's that Jean-Claude Van Damme, Steven Seagal. No, okay, nobody does films as bad as fucking Steven Seagal. But like, it's just some of his films are just a step above what you see, you know, the old action heroes doing. But just because, you know, the situation. But this one sounds a little bit more promising considering it's the Crank director, considering it's got Cole Hauser in it, who's also a great actor. It's based on a true story. I probably direct a VOD, but as an action movie, given the talent in this pool, it sounds interesting to me. Even though it's probably going to be a straight to VOD movie, it's definitely one that's on my radar. Now let's go to the fucking aliens! Yay! You guys know how I love alien movies, how they scare me deeply and darkly into the night, and I'm really excited for this one. I wish it sounded more horrific than it does. It's more of a sci-fi adventure alien movie, but I'll take what I can get because there wasn't fucking much alien shit happening, which you would think, you know, in the world that we live in today, somebody would be like, hey, let's jack up the fucking alien. No, don't jack off the alien. Let's jack up the alien, you know, content. Is The Mothership, starring Halle I Showed My Titties in Swordfish Berry. What it's about is Halle Berry, a year after her husband's mysterious disappearance, finds something extraterrestrial in her barn. And then her and her kids go on this adventure to uncover the truth. Aliens. It sounds pretty good to me. Most specifically, it was directed by Matthew Charman, who wrote Tom Hanks' Oscar-nominated movie that I've never seen, Bridge of Spies. Now, I love Tom Hanks, but watching his movies, at least typically the movies he decides to do, is about as exciting as watching a tree stump through a third grade classroom window, blind, in jail. My point is I've never seen Bridge of Spies, but it was Oscar nominated, so the director's got to know what the fuck he's doing. I don't know. Halle Berry's also going to be in another alien movie this year called Moonraker. Moonfall. It's another Roland Emmerich movie where he likes to make the ocean hit the buildings and all that good stuff. So she'll be in that. Not really an alien movie, but a space movie. You get the beer. Next up on our list is a movie called Shut In. Now, this is a full stop horror movie that actually has a trailer for it. It's the only movie I believe maybe on this list that has a trailer out for it at the time of this filming. But it looks like a mean-ass horror movie. This trailer looks like one of those mid-2000s films like The Hills Have Eyes remake or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake or High Tension. I'm not saying it's going to be as good as any of those. I'm just saying it has that feel to it. The lettering, the cinematography. It looks like a movie that came out in theaters and then had a DVD release that was like the unrated cut, too gnarly for theaters. It just looks like one of those mean mid-2000s gnarly horror movies when you watch the trailer. Now, it's about this woman who's she's stuck in the house. This intruder comes in. He locks her in the pantry, and he's out in the rest of the house where her kids are. And he's like using her kids to try to get her to come out. It sounds like a really fucked up thing. So it's basically like almost a survival movie where this woman, they're like, how far will you go to protect your children? You can see she's all fucked up, and you can hear the kids crying, and it just seems like one of those really fucked up movies. But that's what horror can be about sometimes, you know? I wondered to myself, why have I never heard of this before? This movie looks pretty goddamn good. And then I realized the reason is because it's produced by a super political company. So I know a lot of people just like, hey, fuck all that. But I didn't know that watching the trailer. I didn't find that out until afterwards. And what I took away from the movie was there's no like political propaganda or anything happening here, so I don't really give a fuck, you know what I mean? I mean, I'm still pissed at MTV for taking away fucking music videos, but did you know that they produced Yellowstone and Joe's Apartment? Now that one everybody I feel like knew, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like every day we all take in a piece of art, entertainment, or content from the other side of the political spectrum, whatever you choose to believe. Personally, I fucking hate everybody, but whether you're Democrat, Republican, me and Jay, we're Ross Perot guys all the way. But I guarantee if you're Republican or you're Democrat, you are taking several times a week some content in that you love from someone who's on the opposite end of the spectrum. So, hey man, as long as you're not trying to fucking get me to go vote while I'm trying to watch a goddamn movie, I don't care. But if you can put that aside, if that bothers you, then this movie looks pretty fucking good. Anyways, it's directed by DJ Caruso, who's done some cool shit in his time. He directed Disturbia. Shy surprise. But Disturbia was fucking badass, man. He also directed a XXX movie, which we'll forgive him for. One of the Vin Diesel ones, by the way, not like a porno. Although a porno probably would have a better plot than the XXX movies that he did. But he did direct Two for the Money, which is a super underrated football betting movie starring Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey. I fucking love that movie. Yeah, man. So I like the director. I like the movie. It's got a gnarly vibe to it. Actress Rainey Qualley, who was in Ocean's 8, which I didn't know fucking happened at all. But she seems like she's gonna be great in the movie. I think Shut In could be a surprise horror hit. Number 3, and again, these aren't in any order of what I'm most excited about or anything. I'm not promising these are going to be good. They just sound interesting to me and they're original. Dark Harvest. This one's the least original if you read the synopsis. Let me just read you the synopsis, okay? Because you're going to fucking die laughing, all right? Listen to this. A legendary monster called October Boy terrorizes residents in a small Midwestern town when he rises from the cornfields every Halloween with his butcher's knife and makes his way towards those who are brave enough to confront him. I mean, come on! That's the fucking plot to Halloween. If you take away, if you replaced October Boy with Michael Myers, tell me this isn't the plot to Halloween. A legendary monster called Michael Myers terrorizes residents in a small Midwestern town when he rises from the cornfields every Halloween with his butcher's knife and makes his way towards those who are brave enough to confront him. Now, I'm not saying they ripped it off. I'm sure the movie has, if you look at the picture here, it doesn't have a Michael Myers vibe to it at all. So I'm not saying it's a ripoff. I'm just saying that synopsis specifically was like, God damn, man, you ain't never seen Halloween? You ought to stay home balls naked? But it's holy balls. It's going to be directed by David Slade, who did 30 Days a Night, which is good news. The bad news is it's based on a novel by someone named Norman Partridge. Nothing against you, Norman, but the only other thing on Norman's IMDb is The Crow. Wicked Prayer. The Crow 3 Wicked Prayer. You know the one with Edward Furlong? So, hey, everybody's got a piece of shit in their toilet one time or another. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's exactly what I meant to say. Deadline says that this is the first movie put out by new MGM studio chairman Michael DeLuca. And this is his first big project since coming on. You got to think that means something, right? That they're going to put some weight behind this. Now, Michael DeLuca, fun story about him. Speaking of overcoming shit, this guy wrote and produced fucking Freddy's Dead and Freddy's Nightmares. So just think on that, kids. The guy who wrote and directed Freddy's Nightmares and Freddy's Dead, which some of Freddy's Nightmares were pretty badass, but you get what I'm saying. Freddy's Dead, fucking... I spit on you! The guy who wrote that movie crawled his way up that fucking ladder and is now a chairman at MGM. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to fail fucking hard. Next up, back to the action. Havoc, starring Tom Hardy, who, yeah, I think's overrated. I fucking said it. I still think he's decent. I'm still excited to watch this. Havoc, another one going to Netflix to be directed by Gareth Evans, who did The Raid, Redemption, and hopefully someday we'll be doing a Deathstroke movie. But this movie sounds cool because it sounds like Tom Hardy in Escape from New York or Escape from LA. Let me read you the synopsis. The story is set after a drug deal gone wrong when a bruised detective must fight his way through a criminal underworld to rescue a politician's estranged son while unraveling a deep web of corruption and I can't while unraveling a deep web of corruption and conspiracy that ensnares his entire city. God damn it, Jim Gordon. See what I fucking mean? Escape from fucking New York. That's what I was saying. But wait, there's more. This little ditty is not only going to be directed by Gareth Evans, which is a good sign, but it also stars the great, grand, wonderful Timothy Olyphant and Forrest Whitaker. So, amazing cast, cool goddamn story, Tom fucking Hardy, Netflix, Gareth Evans. Fuck yeah, this looks cool. I'm excited to see Havoc this year, and I haven't heard a goddamn piddly widdly thing about it. This next one is another action film. Okay, and this is one that makes me a little more nervous that you guys are gonna be like, duh, everybody fucking knew that, Mike. And maybe it was the day I was like hungover or like, you know, mowing the grass where I wasn't following the news, but I didn't know about this. All right, this movie called Bullet Train, which it's pretty simple to sell, guys. It's the director of John Wick, all right, David Leitch, the director of Deadpool 2. It stars Brad Pitt, Michael Shannon, Sandra Bullock, and a fully rounded, very impressive cast outside of those three. And the plot is just 5 assassins on a fast-moving train who realize their mission has something in common, which is, you know, fucking perfect for a guy like David Leitch. And I miss Michael Shannon. I miss Michael Shannon so fucking much I can taste it. Is that weird to feel that way about another man who I've never met? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself, you judgmental bastard. But my point is that this fucking writes itself. This sounds amazing. Fun fact, by the way, David Leitch was actually Brad Pitt's stuntman in movies like Fight Club and Troy, and it had Pitt do his own stunts in this movie. That's super fucking meta. That's really, really, really meta. And I like it. It gets me fucking going, Craig. Lastly, this last one, all right, it's a twofer, okay? Because I was nervous about both. Number 10 is actually 2 movies. And here's why. Because both movies, I feel like most people, like the general person might not know, but horror aficionados at least probably know about one of them. Hey, look, I'm in Pornhub. Hey, look, guys, I'm Keanu Reeves in Knock Knock. What do I do with my fucking hands? A lot of you are going to know at least one of them, so I put them both together because, to me, they're a little under the radar, and we don't know dick all about them. But enough for me. It is Nope, Jordan Peele's Nope, and also Disappointment Boulevard, which is directed by Ari Aster and is going to star Joaquin Phoenix. First, let's talk about Nope. Nope is super notable just because it's directed by Jordan Peele, of course, who's had a fucking hit every single time at bat so far. Also, all we have about this movie, though, it doesn't even have a goddamn plot yet. We just have this beautiful fucking poster, which is amazing looking. And then we have the cast, which includes Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. And then it's got Keke Palmer, Steven Yeun, and just this beautiful fucking poster, man. And I hope to God, please, 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 let it be about fucking aliens. That's all I want. I want a really scary goddamn Jordan Peele alien movie. I think that would rock the shit. And we can keep our fingers crossed.
I hope I get a jobby, Freddy. I got my fingers crossed. I hope I get a jobby. I got my fingers crossed.
The other one I was talking about, Disappointment Boulevard. Again, these 2 movies, they smush together perfectly because Ari Aster's a big name who's also fucking hit it out of the park with every at-bat so far, with Hereditary, with Midsommar. And it stars Joaquin Phoenix, which is amazing. This one's weird because it's listed as a comedy, drama, horror. And the plot says that it's a decade-spanning portrait of one of the greatest entrepreneurs of all time. This movie goes in so many goddamn different directions that it might as well just be a bowl of fucking spaghetti. Don't touch my spaghetti. But yeah, a horror comedy drama about an entrepreneur. And then you have this fucking picture of Joaquin Phoenix looking like a hobo Baggins. Like, I don't know what to make of this movie, but, you know, fucking who knows? Who fucking knows? It's intriguing. I'll tell you that. It's intriguing. So, guys, that is my 10, technically 11, actually fucking officially 11, fully 11. I'm a goddamn liar, and I like to apologize. That's my movies that are coming out in 2022 that I think sound interesting that you may not have heard of. Comment down below. Let me know, how many did you know about? And also, which ones did I fucking forget about? You know, but just, you know, be gentle. I have parking tickets. I love your fucking faces. Thanks for taking the time to watch this and just everything that you guys fucking do. So much more content coming. It really helps if you guys click like, subscribe, share the video, all that good old shit. It really helps a lot, Steven. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Love your fucking faces. Click that goddamn subscribe button and get some goddamn wham up in you.